How's it going?
Good.
I'm Xander.
Hey, Xander. Nice to see you.
What's your name?
Gerald Becker.
Gerald Becker. Who are you with?
So I work with Quanergy Solution.
Quanergy.
Yes.
Not Quanergy, but Quanergy.
Quanergy Solutions.
All right.
Yes.
What do you guys do?
Yeah, so we're a 3D LiDAR manufacturer and software developer of 3D technologies.
Okay.
Yeah, we create a digital 3D space of environments.
Okay.
For physical security applications and crowd flow applications.
So like a digital twin.
Exactly.
Oh, man.
Yeah.
I could talk about that subject for a while. I can talk about that subject.
So can we.
I can talk about that subject for, well, probably more so than me. I would say within the last, it was actually at GSX.
Okay.
At GSX, I moderated a panel where the topic was digital twin.
Sure.
And we had HVAC companies come in and talk about from that perspective as well. And I just started seeing all the connecting the dots of how this is the future.
Yes.
Of maybe even the present.
Yep.
But anyways, we can dive into that. That later.
Yeah, it's a deeper discussion, but we definitely see that 3D is the next evolution of AI. It's physical AI, right? It's getting into the context of what's in the space.
Yeah.
Beyond just a two-dimensional environment, we're now given depth and volume to understand what's going on.
For sure.
Yeah.
So what do you guys specialize in, right? So you got a bunch of different products that are happening here. Tell me about them.
Yeah, so we manufacture devices out of San Jose, California. We're a Silicon Valley company, and we've been in the business for quite some time. We're the first companies to actually commercialize 3D LiDAR in the world, right?
Okay.
So we used to go after the holy grail of self-driving cars, but about 8 years or so ago, we shifted to physical security markets. We were one of the first companies to really bring this technology into the space. And we solve a lot of practical problems that are out there in PIDs and security across all verticals, right? So we're protecting barriers, we're protecting boundaries, walls, anything that there's a barrier or a perimeter.
Yeah.
It's a great solution because it provides depth, it provides volume with accuracy you've never been able to do with other sensors.
So how long have you guys been around?
Yeah, so the company itself was founded in 2012.
Okay.
Yeah.
What has your partnership with Motorola been like? Yeah,
so partnership with Motorola has been great, right? We're getting introduced to a lot of great partners, working directly with the A&Es, working directly with the channel, and introducing 3D technologies to a lot of people and seeing how they could use this tech to solve old problems in new ways.
Yeah.
And so far, it's been phenomenal.
All right, so speaking about that, Motorola, we do our tagline, mantra, tomato, is solving for safer, right?
Yeah.
So what problems would you say that Quanergy is solving?
Yeah, so easy right off the top of the list is giving accurate detection of alarms within a property, right?
Okay.
We know the problem in a typical SOC is the nuisance alarms, false positives that are coming in. People get drained out and people just get fatigued, right? Our solution is providing higher accuracy and is providing 3D dimension to understand what's really going on in space. So you ignore the ghosting, you ignore the lighting issues, you ignore the environmental, because our sensors are providing higher accuracy in those spaces to be able to tell the SOC, hey, this is a real alarm. You know, salute a QR camera, notify public safety, or get your security guards to address the situation. So we think that our solution itself is providing higher accuracy and new dimension to be able to thwart all ways of doing it.
Okay. So can you give me kind of the lay of the land, the rundown right here?
Yeah. So what you see right here is one of our sensors. We have various types of hardware sensors in our LiDAR Q-Track family. It's pretty straightforward. They're all PoE devices, connect cable directly in. There's lasers inside, and it starts rotating in a 360-degree manner.
Okay.
It's emitting lasers in various angles, and we use time of flight as a unit of measurement. When laser shoots out, leaves a point in the sky and bounces back to the sensor, and we create what's called a point cloud. So think of the point cloud kind of like my favorite movie, The Matrix. Remember when Neo saw the ones and zeros dropping from the sky?
Yeah.
That's how we see. We don't see like cameras do. We can't pick up color, gender, or any of that. To us, everything looks like a 3D silhouette in space, right?
Yeah.
So when we are actually detecting objects, we're accurate to plus or minus 3 to 5 centimeters. So it's super accurate to detect objects in a space.
Okay.
So come a little bit closer and I'll show you what we're looking at over here. So while everybody's in the conference right now, what you see is that sensor that's mounted on that pole over there. That guy is shooting lasers all the way down the hall and all the way back to the Motorola booth at the end of this hall. And basically it's creating this 3D capture. So what you see here is us two standing in front of the booth right here. So you see that right here. I'll do some jumping jacks. You can see that's me right there, right? So this is all in 3D. So I could flip this around, and as you can see, I see from various angles. It's just something you cannot do from a 2D image, right? But this is where it gets interesting, is that now in here, I could create 3D event zones to trigger alarm events.
Okay.
So if I want to create a perimeter, let's say at a substation, you could see that this is basically taking our object data from my point cloud and it's overlaying into a 3D scene.
Okay.
So this is a substation right here. Now, what you can see right here is I could take control of this substation. I could actually see that that's us two standing right there. And we basically triggered the alarm event. So I can acknowledge the alarm, go down here. And then if I have it tied to several cameras, my alarm's already going off. Unfortunately, I don't have a camera tied in here. But if I did,
it pops it up.
That would pop it up. It would control the camera. We're sending location data directly to the camera to start tracking that individual.
Okay.
So you have a 3D model on top. You have your 2D camera imagery right here to analyze what's in the scene. So it gives you physical AI.
Yeah.
Now you can start tying to different things. License plate recognition, facial recognition, all kinds of other things that Motorola brings to the table.
But basically it's
by
triggering
hooking
type
it up.
of a response to it. I think we should deep dive a little bit more into this, maybe at a different time.
Absolutely. Look forward to going deeper, maybe on your podcast, maybe on a different session. I'm sure we're on the same panel at IC, so we'll dive in.
Something may happen.
Yeah,
Cool.
absolutely.
It was a pleasure talking to you and meeting you.
You too, my friend.
Take care, Jared.